Hey guys and girls, this is Dave again with Advanced MasterCAM, and today we're going to be working on Project 4. Before we get started, I want to try to figure out what's the best way for us to draw this in MasterCAM. Looking at this to try to eliminate any confusion, typically I would have this side over here being my front, but that means we have to rotate everything 90 degrees and we can very easily get dimensions out of whack. So I'm going to actually create this side as my front side and this is my top. So let's go over to MasterCAM and get things started. Now if you haven't already, you need to push F9 to get your cursor coming up, and also under levels we need to set up two of them. Level 1 is our CAD and level 2 is our solid. Okay, so getting back in here into our drawing, I'm actually going to set the origin smack dab in the middle of this, only because there seems to be symmetry in some of the axis. So this size of the square is going to be, let's see, what do we got? Trying to find our values here. We got 3.875 in this direction and 4.0 in that direction. So let's create a rectangular shape. This is 3.875 in that direction and 4.0 in this direction with a center origin. And we're going to snap it right to the origin. So there's our start. Sorry, wrong video. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to extrude it from this line here to this line here, and that value is 1 inch. So let's go ahead and extrude this guy up 1 inch. So rotate it in three-dimensional view, solid extrude, select our chain and let it come up 1 inch, and it defaults to 1 inch. So we'll create body, and there we go, we have our first feature. Now looking at our drawing, we got to have this little tower on this left side, so we're not going to draw it up on the top side here. So what is next? What do we want to draw next? I think we're going to draw this pad here, this boss piece sticking up, and it is 1.25 inches wide, and let's see, and it's 1/4 inch tall. And we're not going to deal with the chamfers yet, so 1.25 inches by 1/4 inch, and we're going to draw that right smack dab on the top of this part. So we're going to switch to two-dimensional view. We're going to set our Z height. Oh, we're not snapping anything. Let me turn my auto cursor on, endpoint. We're going to snap to that so we're 1 inch above everything. And that is going to go from here to here. So let's go ahead and start with a rectangular shape. It was 4.0. Remember, this side was 4.0. The width was 1.25. Now this happens a lot. We get these random values that get thrown in here. You got to delete them out and get them to 0. And I'm going to snap center bottom, and it goes, I believe it goes right in the middle of our part. Let's take a look. We may not be. Nope, it doesn't. So we got to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to need to snap a it's 1 inch and, let's see if we got it anywhere else. These guys right here all line up, so it's 1.25 inches in. So we'll cancel this out. We need to duplicate that edge. Let's create curve on one edge. And we'll do this a little bit different. So X form, offset this way in this direction of 1.125. Was that correct? Yes, and then we'll come over again 1.25. So hit the blue, 1.25, and this time we'll select this guy and come over. And we'll prove that. Now this is not enough to create our solid here. I need to move this solid to level 2. So let's grab our solid, right click on the letter Z. I'm sorry, right click on the word level, my bad, and move it to level 2. Make sure we're still on level 1. Now when I come in here to level and I turn the visibility of 2 off, you can see that they're not touching each other, so you can't really make a solid out of this yet. So we got to connect the chain. So we'll endpoint to endpoint snap. Okay, and we don't need that guy, so we'll delete them. So let's go turn our solid back on so we can see it, and we're going to use that chain to make an extrusion. So solid extrude that chain, and it's going to come up. We're going to add body. It is coming in the right direction, and 0.25. Let's go verify that was 1/4 inch. Yes, it was a 1/4 inch. Okay, so we got that channel coming up. So what's next? What else do we want to do? We can do basically its brother on the backside. Let's go ahead and work on that one. Now, in order to do that one, we're going to have to draw on this backside, and we're going to have overlapping CAD. My general rule is I don't like overlapping CAD. So let's go to levels. Well, shoot, before we do that, we're going to actually project this down. So let's X-form. How do we do this? Okay, let's create a new level first. So level first, we're going to go to level 3, bottom, let's go bottom boss. Make sure it's active. Now we're going to transform those down. So X-form, translate. Okay, we can't select the CAD. Let's go to wireframe so we can. Hold shift and it should select all the way around. We'll hit enter. We're going to make a copy of it and we're going to come down negative 1.0 inches. Let's make sure we're going the right direction. Actually, we could have had this absolute 1.0 and let the arrow control which way it goes. So there it is. It's in the right spot and we'll prove it. Now those 4 lines should now be created on level 3. So I come in here, turn off the visibility of layer 1. It didn't. So we're going to have to grab those 4 and move them. No problem. We'll hold shift and click on them. Right click on the word level. Put in 3 and approve. Now don't necessarily need to do this. This is only just kind of handy because it runs into issues. I run into issues with it sometimes. So I'm going to turn level 1 off. Now I have the chain I can see easy. I'll come back to solid view, a solid extrude, select that guy. We are going the wrong direction. We want to add boss. We want to go the other direction, and we want to go 1/4 inch. So there is that part. So come back here. We're going to activate level 1, turn level 3 off, because I typically like to draw on level 1. Okay, so what's next? We can probably do these holes. I think we'll do this tower, and there's multiple ways we can do it. Probably what I'll do, I think what we'll do is we'll draw a square on the top surface and extrude it up to the top. That's excluding this little face here, and then we'll add this face a little bit later, and they'll add the chamfer. So what do we do to get our values? We need, it is 1.5 inches and it's 1.25 inches from the end, and it's also 0.938 from the edge. So let's go create. So let's set our Z height back up to here again. So it already is for me, Z of 1.0. If it's not, make sure you set that. So Z, left click on Z, snap to the corner, Z of 1.0. We're going to duplicate this edge up here. We're going to duplicate a couple edges. So create curve on edge, this edge, and this edge. Now we're going to X-form offset. The first value is we're going to offset the top by 1.25. So this guy, a matter of 1.25. That was actually, my value was already in there, so I'm good. Then the next one is 1.5. So I'll select that line and that line. I'll go 1.5 this time and improve it. Hit the blue plus sign, and we'll do the next one of 0.938 from this edge. This line comes in 0.938. Hold on, let's make sure I got something right. Okay, so we're going to construct this whole thing, and then we'll come and we'll take this little chunk out. So 0.938, we'll go ahead and build the whole thing. So now all we got to do is trim everything back and get rid of the lines we don't need. We don't need that line out there. And we'll trim everything else back so that we have a nice closed rectangle sitting on top here, ready to extrude. And how far do we extrude that? We extrude it up 0.875. So solids extrude, go around that chain. We are going to add a boss. It's going the wrong direction, and we want 0.875. And there we go. So let's go ahead and we'll finish constructing this. So we got to make a little square on here to notch, make that little face. And to actually no, let's not do that because I'll have to draw on a different WCS, And let's go ahead and stick to all of our top WCSs, and we can put all our holes basically in next. So I'm going to create a new level. Call 4, and we'll call those holes, because we're going to need to turn the visibility of layer 1 off. All this CAD that we have drawn on the same level is just going to interfere. So let's turn it off, and let's go ahead and start offsetting some edges. So let's create curve on one edge, and we're just going to go ahead and create that curve, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. So these big holes out here, that's offset 0.875 from the top, and so we actually got to offset to find the center of these. Let's offset to find the center of this one first, 0.625. 0.625, we'll find the center this way, and then we'll offset that line another 2.5 inches. Okay, let's do that one first. So X-form, offset this guy here, 0.625, and then this one again, there's 2.5. This one again, 0.625. This one again, 2.5. Okay, now let's go back. We need to bring this one down 0.625 and this one down 0.875. And don't believe they're symmetrical, so let's be careful. So 0.625 and then 2.75. This way, 0.625, enter. And this one, 2.75, and enter. Okay, so this one here, 0.875, I believe it was. Yep. Enter. Enter. Okay, that one. So let's delete that one. Let's do that again. So X-form, offset here, there. That's 0.875 for that one. The next one is 2.25. This way, 2.25. Enter. Green check. I'm going to get rid of that one line I don't want. It was accident. It's this guy here. I'll just get rid of it. Okay. So now all we got to do is place our set of circles. We're going to set both sets. So we have one set. This determines the entire hole we're doing here. So we got a 0.688 drill rod or drill hole going all the way through. Then we got a 0.938 counterbore that's 625 thousandths deep. So let's draw our 688 hole first. So draw a circle, diameter 0.688. I'll lock that in. I want to make sure my intersection is turned on. And we're going to snap it to this guy here, this one, and this one. Okay, the next one is 938. We're going to go ahead and draw those in before we extrude them down. So 0.938, and we'll do that one here, 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 and here. Oh, we got two of them there. So what was the other one? 0.625, 0.688. So 0.688. I didn't enter the value before, so I got two circles here. Easy way to delete duplicates is to click this icon here that says delete duplicates. As you see, I have one arc that gets deleted because I have two circles that are identical. Okay, so now using those circles, let's go ahead and cut everything through. So create a solid extrude. You want this one, this one, this one, and this one. We're going to cut body. We're going to reverse the direction, and these are going to go through all the way through the part. Okay, let's do another one. Solid extrude. I'm going to select all these guys here. Prove it. And we're going to go cut body. And this time make sure it's going the right direction, and the distance was 0.625 if I believe. Yes, this goes 0.625 deep. 0.625. And there you go. You got a counterbore. Okay, so let's see, what else can we do next? Everything's done on this face except for some fillets and chamfers. We're going to go ahead and start drawing on this face and this face. So if this is our top and we need to draw on this face, it would be our front face. So WCS front, and we click on top, and and we are looking at the correct face now. Now I want to draw on this face, so I'm going to do a Z snap to here, and it's 0.75. Now we got to figure out what's the size of this. This is 0.375 high. It's as deep as this fillet here, and all the fillets are 0.125. So we got a 0.125 square that is 0.875 minus 0.375. Okay, so let's go create. No, let's go turn our activate level 1. Turn visibility of 4 off. We'll do a square here. We know it's 0.125 that direction. It was 0.875 minus 0.375. So 0.875 minus 0.375 in this direction. This needs to be zeroed out. I'm going to do a snap to the lower right hand corner, and that's right here. Now I've got some overlapping CAD. I'm not going to be, typically it bugs me, but I'm not going to worry about this one. So we're going to solid extrude, select that chain. Oh, this is the reason why I put them on different layers. See that double arrow? It may work, but I doubt it. It did work. But oftentimes it doesn't when you see those double arrows. It gets confused as to where it goes, and that's where overlapping CAD can cause a problem. So we're going through all, and there we go. We have a nice cut through there. So what else do we need to finish this part? We need that chamfer on the back, and we need these. There's 2 grooves in here and some fillets, and then we'll probably have to fix an error that I see coming up. So let's go ahead and chamfer this back. That back, the chamfer on that back is 500 thousandths. So solid, chamfer, 1 distance. Select that edge, and the value is 0.5. Okay, I didn't like that. Something I did wrong. So let's go and we'll edit that one direction chamfer. Put that value at 0.5. There we go. And have to hit regenerate to get that X to go away. Okay? So let's see. Well, let's go ahead and draw these. They're little 16th of an inch by 16th inch square on both sides that gets cut straight through. We'll set our Z level up here. So Z will snap to this level, and because of the issue I had with this one, I'm definitely going to create a new level. So 5, and we'll go 1/16th channel. We'll create some rectangular shapes here. 0.065, 0.065. We're going to lock these both in because we're going to draw 2 of them. This one will snap bottom right, and the next one will snap bottom left. Okay. Let's turn the visibility of 1 off so we can just see our little... Oh, I put this one on the wrong side. Okay. So, create rectangular shape. Put this on the bottom left. And now put the next one on the bottom right. And I probably just didn't hit things in the right order and it moved it over. So let's solid extrude. We want that chain. We want that chain. And we're going to cut body, and we're going to send it through all. There we go. Okay. I think we're really close to getting this one done. We got a couple more chamfers. These are 1/4 inch, a 45-degree chamfer. That's 250 thousandths. So let's add another chamfer. So solid chamfer, 1 distance. Do this guy. I want to do this guy. The value is 0.25. And there we go. And I think all we have left now, looking at our design, we have a fillets to put in. You can see all the fillets we have all the way around, all the way in the base of this, on both sides of this chamfer, and on this front edge. Okay. And the fillets are 0.125. Now I'm pretty sure we're going to have a problem right in here, but we're going to be able to fix it. So create solid, I'm sorry, it's under solid, not create. Solid, fillet, constant radius. We're going to come in here. I'm going to turn these faces off and just do edge select, because I'm going to walk around. And we're going to select all of these faces. Let me see what else we got. Okay, so this face is not included. This face is not included. And then we gotta get this little edge right up under here, right there. And this edge is included. This edge is included. This edge is included, and that edge is included. And nope, we're not doing the top. So those should be all the edges, but we're gonna see a problem right here after I prove it. Okay, exactly what I thought would happen. See how this fillet is, it's actually, instead of coming straight through, it's actually trying to make its way around the circle and then keeps going and it makes this little pinch. That's not the way it actually is. The hole should be actually cutting the fillet. We'll leave the fillet the way it is, but we're going to find that extrude cut. This one here that made the big one. We're going to put that constant radius fillet above. It's not liking that. Take that, maybe we can drag it down. Okay, there we go. So now see the fillet's straight, but now we have another problem. The fillet isn't cut. That's because our circle's made on this plane and it's only cutting in the down direction, thereby missing that. So let's open up that extrude cut. And we're going to go ahead and click both directions. So now it's cutting down 0.65 and it's cutting up 0.65. And when I prove that, you see that red X? And it looked right, but then all of a sudden it went back to the way it is. You got to hit regenerate all. And then there it is. Came back. That's exactly how that is supposed to be done. Okay, looking over this, seeing if there's anything else we might be missing, and I think we are done here. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.